Having to run back from spawn just because you accidentally broke your bed and died. So annoying! Anyway, we're almost there. Hello? Well, this is new. Oh, come on, come on. I feel myself moving. I'm gradually getting out of this portal. Come on, come on. You can break free, Bugman. I really am stuck, aren't I? Look, I'm moving. I'm gradually moving to the edge. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Oh, what was that? These things are supposed to help you. Anyway, welcome back everybody to another episode of Minecraft The Journey with me, Bugman CX. Obviously, Nether Travel is out of the question for the moment. I really don't know what was going on there. I am on the multiplayer server at the moment, so maybe it has something to do with weirdo multiplayer synchronization. Sometimes those things happen in these early versions. But anyway, here we are in Minecraft Beta 1.8 Pre-Release 2 Winky Face. This is the second, or technically the third, pre-release to come out for Beta 1.8. The first one was accidentally leaked. Somebody discovered the download URL and was able to get early access to one of the pre-releases. So Notch and the gang put out another pre-release called Pre-Release 1, I suppose. And this is the second pre-release called Pre-Release 2 Winky Face. And why is it called Winky Face? Well, we're not entirely sure, but I think it has something to do with Jeb just poking fun at the whole situation of these pre-releases being accidentally released. In fact, he said when this pre-release was put out, okay, so here's the second pre-release, in quotation marks. Only use it if you know what to do with the jar. So, yeah, obviously Jeb was poking some fun at the fact that these pre-releases really weren't supposed to exist. Anyway, each new version brings new changes, so let's go and explore some of them. In the last episode, we had a look at this, and this is what I call Shag Mountain. I think it suits, right? It is what it is. Anyway, the problem here is that vines would spread in all directions infinitely, and they've wrapped around this mountain here, and they just keep on spreading forever and ever. Well, the game now checks whenever it needs to spread vines across ways, or I think upwards as well, although I'm not entirely sure if vines can grow upwards anymore, but it'll now check nearby locations to see if there are other vines, and if there are more than 4 vines within the nearby vicinity, it simply won't grow any further in an across way. Vines will always continue to grow downwards, so the rest of these up here should continue to go down to the ground, but we shouldn't see any more spread over in this direction, covering the rest of the mountain. That should all eventually stop. I think I've worked out where all the sheep went. In the last version, for whatever reason, the squid would not drop any XP, so let's see what happens in this version. Yep, we definitely got some. I know, it's gripping content. Holding shift while grabbing a crafting output now automatically takes the maximum amount of outputs from the ingredients it was given. Wait a minute. So are they just basically saying that if I put all of these items in the crafting grid like this, I can now do the shift clicky thing? Oh, this is so good. Oh, by the way, I have noticed one other change which I'm kind of disappointed about, and that is that the XP orbs are no longer translucent. Have a look at these. They're all solid and bright, and I really don't like this new look. Bring back the old translucent ones, please. As you know, this ravine is surrounded by mine shafts. They're running all the way back through there, all over there, all around this way. They're just surrounding us in every direction. And what do we always find in mine shafts? Cave spider spawners. You can hear them around me right now. Let's have a little bit of a look around and see where they are. So we have one in here, which is currently well lit, and nothing should be able to get me through there. I've blocked that one off because they keep attacking me rather annoyingly. We also have another one just down here. If we go down to this level here, this is where I have a little storage area at the moment. This is the first one that we found just before we found this ravine. And this one here is also just sealed off at the moment. Sometimes they spawn in here, but they can't get out. So I'm well protected from any of the enemies coming out of that one. Through here as well, we also have one on the opposite side of the ravine, just over here, up here, next to the skeleton spawner. And this is one which I'm going to turn into a string farm. And this is quite a convenient location because it's right here next to the skeleton spawner. So we can just move between these two in very close proximity once this one is finally built. We also have another one way off here at the end of the ravine. Now, this one, I'm not really sure what good it is because it's not in a very convenient location. Maybe we'll get rid of this one. I don't know. But at the moment, every now and then a cave spider spawns and it just drops down into this pit. I'm not really sure what to do with this one. And you might remember as well that we used to have one up here. And this is the one that we used in Enderman to relocate to over through there, where we currently have a pig spawner giving us endless amounts of pork chops. And we need to have a plan for each of these spawners, but again, I don't think I'll keep or develop them all. But for now, I've got some ideas about what I want to do with this one up here. I want this ravine to be practical, but also a little bit fun and chaotic. So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we dug a hole right up here at the top of the ravine? And that's exactly where we are. And if you look down beneath us, you'll see the void hole right there. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could just funnel some of the cave spiders up through the back of this hill somehow, and then get them up here to this level, and then just have them flow out here, maybe on a water stream, and then occasionally just fall down to their deaths and land in the void hole. I'm never going to build any bridges across or cover up this void hole in any way, so there's really no risk of a cave spider escaping this system, at least I don't think. And then every now and then, while we're just working away down here, a random cave spider will just fall out of the sky and then land and plummet to its death in the void hole. And I thought, honestly, I couldn't think of a better end for a cave spider. And so the question becomes, how on earth do we get cave spiders from in there to all the way up there? That's a considerably long distance for them to travel, and cave spiders are well known for not cooperating when it comes to mob transportation systems. I've tried a few things out. I've tried ladders and I've tried water elevators, but these things are just way too small and they don't really cooperate with any of the traditional systems. And here is my system, and I'm going to take you through why I believe that this is going to work. The reason I think it's going to work is because once the spiders come through this chamber here and reach this water here, they should get pushed along by this water current, reach this stair block, and then go up the stair block, go into this next water current, up the stair block, next water current, and so on and so forth. And we can just snake this around and weave it around until we get up to the top there, until we get up to the level where we want to start dropping the spiders out. And one of the things about the cave spiders is, as I said, they're less than 1 block high. So here we have a few little air gaps around the system, but not enough space for a spider to really get trapped in. Wherever they go in this system, they're always going to be touching some water, and they'll always just casually funnel themselves all the way up to the surface. And this is a similar thing that I did with the slimes. And I'm pretty sure it's going to work here. So what we're going to do is we're going to break into the system here. And somewhere in here I have, there it is, I've got a torch. So if we break that, uh-oh, I don't have any blocks. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Now if we hang around, oh, is there another torch in there? Oh no, there's another torch in there. Okay, let's break that one out very quickly. In fact, that dirt block isn't even supposed to be there. Ouch. Okay. Things have gone wrong already. Get away, get away. All right. Let's just seal that back up. Okay. We should see 1 or 2 more cave spiders spawn. Here they come. Please ignore my poisoning. Look at that. They're even tracking me and they're still making their way right up to the top of the system. This is brilliant. So it really doesn't matter how far away these spiders are from me. They don't need to be moving at all. The system will do all of the moving for me. So, yeah, it's going to take a while to put all of this system in, especially considering I have to carry around signs and water buckets, which don't stack, and that's really annoying. But once this is done, come on, go in the system, and off you go. Little buddy. Yes, this is going to work nicely. I'm just going to put this on the record, but cave spiders are the absolute worst. Well, at the moment, this spawn is pacified, but I've been doing quite a bit of work out here, and I've now finished the spider elevator, and it's going all the way up to the surface, and I'm keen to put it to the test and make sure I've made no mistakes. But I've double and triple checked it, and I'm pretty sure it's okay. So let's have a look at what happens here. Let's skedaddle around to this side, where I've got a little access way up onto the top of the spawner. So, as you know, when this spawner is in darkness, it'll spawn spiders in this section here, and most of the time they'll just drop down into the water here and they'll get pushed down into this corner. Sometimes they have a habit of going up here and sitting up in the corner here, so I've added this extra water channel on the top here, going over the top of some signs, and that pushes them into the system as well. I'll go back down and we can have a bit of a closer look at that. This little space here is where the spiders will hopefully get pushed into, and most of the time, 99% of the time, they'll just drop down into the water system here and get caught up. So, as a reminder, the way that this works is we have pushing water going to a stair block and then a regular block. And above that is more pushing water. And so this little system is an endless pushing water system. Oh, hello. No, we don't need you right now. Go away. Go away, please. Thank you. And the spiders will just make their way up the system. And when they reach this section here, they'll hit this water stream and they'll flow around the edge here and then go here. I think this is the only section in the system where a spider can get stuck, but I'm willing to live with that because they'll eventually push each other if others come along in the system and keep on going. And then up here, we make our way to the top. So we have even more elevators going all the way up here. And this is where the exit hole is. And if we look out here and look down here, you can see, can you see? Yes, you can see the little blue watery bit there. That's where the cave spiders will get flung out, and then they'll go all the way down there and land in that hole. And it should be interesting to see them just falling out of the sky. I'm really looking forward to that as we do things around the ravine. And now it's time to set this thing in. Whoa! Oh no! Thankfully, it was just an easy little patch job, and now it's time to set this machine in motion for good. Hopefully, this is going to be the test, and oh, there is a spider around me somewhere, but it's definitely not in here. So let's break this torch and set this thing in motion. Let's see who's the first lucky spider to make their way through the system. Come on, spawner, waiting for you. And there we go, it's just gone. There's a spider coming through the system. You're getting caught up in the water streams. You're tracking me, aren't you? Yes, you are, but it doesn't matter because you're going to get stuck and off you go. Let's follow you all the way to the surface and make sure there are no problems. Okay, everything looking good. I wonder if you have any friends coming along behind you. And let's make sure that this U-bend works. Yes, flowing nicely, flowing nicely. And will you make it over this bit? Yes, you will. And up the top you go. Okay, let's just follow you up to the top. I really just want to make sure that nothing is wrong with this thing. Okay. Again. Oh, looking really good, looking really good. Nearly at the top, little fella. And. Yes, okay. And you've made it over. Let's go quickly up here and see if we can spot it coming out of the hole. And right there, it should appear any moment now. And there it goes. And it's dropped into the void hole. Ha ha ha, it works. All right, time to send a few more through. Look at them go. Oh, yeah. This should be really interesting while we're just working around this area, because anywhere I am in the local vicinity of that spawner, which is right there, I should activate it. And as long as it's activated, it's spawning mobs and they're getting caught up in the system. And the mobs themselves, the cave spiders, take about a full minute to get from the spawner in there all the way up to there. And that gives me plenty of time to just move around the base naturally and do things. I might be heading down here to the furnace array or whatever, and then turn around and boom, a spider just falls down to its death. And I kind of love that. But I think we need to work out now what we're going to do with the rest of the spawners around here. Well, specifically, I think this one. This one's been sitting here for far too long doing nothing, and this is the official string farm spawner. So I think it's time to transform this little area and build that. Look at what a difference just some simple brickwork has made to this chamber of horrors, really, isn't it? It is. I keep getting attacked by these things. I've had to make the drop for this considerably deep because I need those cave spiders to drop down at least 16 blocks away from the players so that they won't track me. And if I'm going to be up in that area doing some grinding and getting some string and things, I want these things to spawn in the air and then drop down here where they're going to land on some water and then make their way through the system. And if they drop down these 16 blocks or so, then they'll stop tracking me and they won't fight back against the water channels, which are going to be down here. And what's going on here? Oh, there you are. Hello, experience orb. Let's put that back in. This is the little drop channel at the end where the spiders will fall into and then make their way through into the system here. And as you can see, I've been busy. Back there, we do have an elevator system. Let's, in fact, go and take a little bit of a look. It's exactly the same as the other system, except that this one is considerably longer and it snakes its way around the entire cave system here. Let's just have a look. It turns around up here and goes up there, and then just up here, it continues up, 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 and then through here, I have to kind of go this way, and then it goes off this way, and then around here, and we probably should put some lighting in here. Then it goes in here, then it goes up here, and it's not even done yet. It continues on up here, through here, up through there. I have to climb up here, and finally, it's made its way to the top. And up here, spiders should reach this point and then drop down this chute to a little killing chamber that I have set up. How do I get out of here again? I can't remember. This'll have to do. Ouch. So I've decided to put it here right next to the skeletons so that if I'm down here, I can literally just move between skeletons and spiders with ease. And I've made use of this new iron bar. Do I have any iron ingots on me? No, I don't. I'll have to show you how to make one of those before the end of the episode. But I've also used this glass pane here. And the reason that I've used these is because they won't join up to each other and won't cause this hole to become fully blocked. And this gives me access to the spiders up here, and I can attack them with my sword, and it's not perfect, but you know what? For right now, it'll do the job. So I've got to do some work to pretty this up, and yeah, I need to show you how to make both of these new blocks, which were added in Minecraft Beta 1.8. Stop drowning. Although I have discovered a little bit of a flaw with this system. Let's just fill this thing with water and I'll show you exactly what I have discovered. And that is that if I fill this back wall here so that all of the spiders that fall down, like this one, they should follow this and make their way into the system. You can see this one's tracking me, so it's not going to make its way in. But if they were to fall down here and land in the water, they should just go through here and then get collected up and go up this hole. But unfortunately, because this water is only 1 block deep, the spiders sometimes take damage on the way down, and that's bad because right at the end of the system, they take another drop to become one-hit kills. So I've got to rethink this and try and tackle this in a different way. And here's how I think we're going to tackle it. We're still going to have our flowing water going all the way along here, but for now, I'm just going to pick that up because it's in my way. We're going to use signs, and I'm going to place signs. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? I'm going to place signs all the way along in an entire row. I'll just free up a bit of inventory space and we'll see what I mean. So the bottom row here will be for a water stream, and then we'll place signs like this, and this is going to be a lot of sign placing. So I've had to go and get quite a lot of wood. And then once we've done this, well, no, we don't want them to say anything. We'll have another stream of water on the top here, which will be flowing forwards and stop right here at the same point as the other stream. So any spiders that fall down should land in that water, and they'll either go through it, but they won't take any additional damage. Then they'll land in this stream and then get flushed down here, or maybe they'll stay up the top. I don't know. But even if they do, they'll continue to flow down here and then just land in this system here and then get caught up and off they go. So I've got a lot more sign placing to do. Oh, hello. I wasn't ready for you yet. Go away. Oh. Right, now where was I? Okay. No, not another one. No. Okay. We've been making some good progress here. I've got all of these signs in, but I should be able to now place the water across the top layer like so, and use the old infinite water source trick to just carry it all the way over, and we should have a solid row of water here, and we do. Now I just need to get rid of these. Okay, there we go. So now we have this top layer of water, which should soften the fall of any of the spiders, and they should drop right down here where I need to place a little bit more water, and I don't have enough. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, so now I think it's time to block this wall back up and see if we can get some spiders into the system. Oh boy. Oh, there they go. Okay, they've made their way down into the system. It looks like they've splashed through the water and they've landed in the bottom stream, which is great. Don't know if they've taken any damage or not. We'll have to wait for them to go through the system and see what happens. That's going to take considerably long time because it snakes around quite a bit. But eventually they should make their way down here. So let's just sit down here. Oh, there's some in the system already, and that's a problem. There is so much hissing going on out there. Oh, I've had to make some changes to the way this system works because unfortunately it had a few drawbacks, and it still does. I think with cave spiders, you always find that they're not the easiest thing to work with. Let's go and have a look anyway. So as you know previously, they would make their way up the system and then meet that point there where they would drop down into this chamber here, and I'd be able to get out my sword and kill them. But unfortunately, they were getting stuck in the top of this system because spiders like to climb, and I wanted to make sure that I had access to all of them. So what I did instead is I decided, instead of routing them around this entire section here where they would snake their way up to a height and then take fall damage, I decided to reroute them directly up here instead. So instead of taking this left, they'll now just go straight up this way instead. As you can see, there are quite a few of them in the system here. I tried two things. First, I tried making them go up this way, and then if we go up here, I tried making them come out here and then land in this section here with a block just up there so that I still had access to them like this. But it was proving to be a little bit annoying. They would still go upwards and I had to jump a lot, so I just decided instead, let's just bring them down here where we can just deal with them. And we can, as you can see, we can deal with them. So right now they're coming up here and then making their way through here. But obviously when there's a lot in the system, like right now, it's causing all sorts of problems. There are a ton of them backed up right here. There are probably a lot of them taking drowning damage, I would imagine, in this water block right here. So yeah, we have to do a bit more planning here and make this a little bit better, but that's not something I'm going to be doing today. But in the meantime, we're going to just be able to kill these guys and get all of the XP that we need, as well as all the string we need. Unfortunately, I do have to jump up there to collect it, so I have to make sure I clear the system every time, annoyingly, and it does take a little while to clear, especially with so many of these beasties in here. But for now, this is all we have time for in today's episode. So I'm going to sit here and continue to click my mouse over and over until they all die. But before I finish up here, I would just like to say thank you so much for watching the episode, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. An amazing thank you to my wonderful patrons for supporting me. It means so much to me. Thank you all so much for that. So until the next episode, this has been Bugman CX. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Cave spiders!